I'm very happy to be here and to see such an incredible turnout of people. When I first hosted the Annies a long time ago, you could have held the entire thing at Dupar's, I think, and had room to spare. But it gets bigger every year, like me. I'm trying to diet, but the Annies just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And no, you can cheer for that because it's not an exaggeration. It's the truth. I don't have to tell any of you people what has happened and how animation has grown, mushroomed, I guess is the word, over these past decades. And mushroomed not only in quantity but in quality. And we all know that's true, and that's one reason these Annie Awards are meaningful, because the competition is true competition. I mean, and that old saw about there are no losers is really true, because if you're a nominee tonight, it's because you've done something really good. And give yourselves a big round of applause for that. It's a real achievement. I just met, during the reception, I just met a nice young fellow who was one of my students at USC a couple of years ago, and this year he is nominated, good for you, this year he's nominated for Best Student Animated Film, which is the first year that asifa is giving that award. So, and high time. And it's also exciting to me personally because I come here and I see so many old friends and acquaintances and people who have real meaning to me. I'm looking at Alice Davis, wonderful artist, and the wife of Disney legend Mark Davis. And Alice has been kind of a mentor and friend to so many young artists coming up and still fulfills that role. So seeing her here says to me continuity, and that's a big part of animation, is a kind of a through line from year to year and from decade to decade. I'm looking out here and I'm looking at Richard and Elizabeth Sherman. And you know, this is, you know, it's another touchstone to Walt Disney, whose spirit looms large over these proceedings, as they always should. So there's a lot of reasons to celebrate tonight, and I won't be rambling anymore. I'll try to get to the business at hand, because it's a wonderful night. I know I'm introducing the great Jim Cummings. I know that. And No, you can come out anytime you want, Jim.
Oh, okay.
Come on out.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, good to see you
Jim.
again, Leonard.
No,
Good to see you, man. So what are you doing these days?
Well, there's that band again. They're so good. And, you know, they've hidden them under the under here. It's really great.
That is dos mucho, man.
Really,
the tech is so high around here.
It's a big pit band.
I know.
Who is your co-presenter right now?
Oh, God, hold on. Zeus. Wait, Odin. Oh, Matt Groening.
Matt Groening.
I was close.
The one and only Matt Groening.
The first two, I was pretty close.
Glad you're here.
Well, here we are.
Wow. Wow. It's only downhill from here, folks.
Yeah. You guys are in huge trouble. Matt, it's so great that you are here. Tonight, because I've always wanted to pitch doing a video game with you.
Yeah. A video game. But you know, we should do something serious. You know, something post-apocalyptic. Something with zombies, something with violence, some first-person shooter, heads exploding, something so bloody the NRA will blush.
I love it. Oh, and Angry Birds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Angry Birds.
What?
But you know, we need a hero with blood dripping, searching for a woman.
Yes. And Wow, how do you like the teleprompter so far? I'm crazy for it. And oh, wait a minute. And, oh, so you're saying a hero?
I
in
think
other words.
it's got to be serious, nothing funny.
Yes.
Just serious.
Wait a minute. I have an idea. How about somebody with a super bouncy tail?
I did not think that's where we were going with this.
Oh, but I could shower the post-apocalyptic world with honey.
You're that Jim Cummings?
No. That was a bad homer.
Who could say no to Pooh? Who could say no to Winnie the Pooh?
Oh, God, the list is... Anyway. we should probably go to work.
Yes, let's go to work.
You're probably never going to guess why we're up here. We're not.
Oh, we're going to announce the nominees now for the Best Animated Video Game. And they are...
Great sound.
Boom! Pow! Wham!
Yes. Well, and the Annie goes to... Oh, my God, Steve Perry's going to be so... Journey! Going once.
No one from Sony is here to accept this award? Okay,
I'll flip you for it.
let's move on. Okay.
But she was great.
Now, this is serious, no jokes. This is a new category.
Yes, it's true. This year, for the first time, an Annie Award will be presented to an outstanding student-produced animated film.
To be eligible, the production must be entirely the work of an individual student or group of students from anywhere in the world.
From concept and design, Matt, through final cut, every aspect of these nominated films is a tribute to the exciting young talent that is actually already shaping the future of animation.
And the nominees for Best Student Film are...
You. I got a thick crust, Sheriff. Think you can take me?
And the Annie goes to Head Over Heels by Timothy Reckart.
I was really counting on the video game people being here so I could know where to go. It's really an honor to get this Annie Award from asifa-hollywood, from all the voters who watched the films, because you guys are so passionate about animation. You know, much maligned art form sometimes, but I've been really proud of the last decade of work that that animation artists have been doing, especially the past year in stop motion, and I'm really proud to be a part of that. So thank you to asifa-hollywood, thank you to the NFTS, the school where we produced this film, and all of our amazing crew. Thank you to all of our families, and my girlfriend, I guess. Yeah, thanks for having us here, guys, and see you at the after party.
Jessica.
Good. Well, you're a handsome penguin.
Well, thank you, Jessica. And you are far too beautiful to be a overbearing and drunken mother.
I'm not drunk. I'm just drawn that way.
Right, yes. Well, we're here to honor the artists who take the scripted word and give it its first visual life.
The best in storyboarding.
And the nominees for storyboarding in a television broadcast production are Sanchez, Rebecca Sugar, Doug Lovelace.
Yes!
Tigress, I have to get through! No, Paul, you don't!
Hi, Goliad. I'm Finn.
And I'm Jake.
Hi, Finn. Hi, Jake.
And the Annie goes to... God. This is unbelievable. Wait a minute. Okay, so sorry. Goes to...
Cracker or something.
Disney Junior's hit series.
Doug Lovelace. Dragons, Riders of Burke.
Wow. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. This is so incredible. I have this card in my pocket. I said, I'm going to read that card. I'm not going to improvise. So I just want to say thank you to everyone at asifa, everyone at Dragons. You're so brilliant and so supportive, and it's been so inspiring and such a privilege to work with all of you. And the names, there's so many of them, but so I won't go there because I'm improvising. I'm a little nervous. Just thank you. It's an amazing honor. That's all.
And the nominees for storyboarding in a feature production are...
Manu Coetzee, Paranorman.
This is who I'm looking for.
Johan Mack, Rise of the Guardians. Neil Matsuda, Wreck-It Ralph.
Light the hoop on fire!
And the Annie goes to Johan Matt, Rise of the Guardians, DreamWorks Animation.
Wow! Sorry. I'm not like the other guy. I got a small list of names. Though I could possibly name everybody I ever worked with, because, man, at the moment you're in animation, everybody is an inspiration. So, people in, because I'm from Quebec, so people in Montreal, everybody I ever worked with, you're awesome. People at Nickelodeon, people's like, man, I could thank you, the universe. But, okay, I'm gonna be quick, Man, I'm shaking, I'm sorry. And I also want to thank asifa and all the other nominees in this category, and everybody on Guardians, Peter, Hamish, Christina, Nancy, Joel, Dave, Louis, Javi, Wilmar, Bob, Rob Porter, and Maggie Kang. I mean, best team ever. God, we had fun. And I don't know what else to say. Oh, yes, a little bit in French. A thank you to my mom and dad. Papa, Mama, bonne nuit, allez-vous coucher? I just told them to go to bed because they're on the East Coast and possibly like, no, it's 10:30, they're okay. All right. But thank you, everyone, asifa. It's a great honor, thank you.
Well done,
Right now, it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce a man who is a teacher, a mentor, a producer. He's kind of the Johnny Appleseed of animation. He is the president of asifa-hollywood, Frank Gladstone.
Hello, everybody, and hi up there in the balcony. I am very happy to be with all of you again. I look forward to this moment every year, believe it or not. A lot is happening with asifa. Our animation archive is now in the process of being curated and cataloged by the Motion Picture Academy, which is something we've been trying to do for years. We're also reorganizing with the goal of hiring a full-time staff. Our Animation Educators Forum is having important impact on the academic community. We are reaching out internationally and are in the planning stages of both a brick-and-mortar and a virtual animation academy. But tonight, though, thank you, that's very nice of you. Tonight, though, I think it's important to take a look back as well, if only for just a few minutes. So 40 years ago, Pink Floyd was getting ready to release Dark Side of the Moon. The Miami Dolphins completed the first and so far the only NFL perfect season. I'm from Miami. Schoolhouse Rock started. Conjunction Junction, what's your function? It premiered on Saturday morning TV. Watergate was in the wind. It hadn't started yet, but was getting ready to. And I was happily animating Dentin the Happy Tooth. And while I was doing that, Ed Catmull was busy inventing computer animation. So that kind of tells you what we're doing. Meanwhile, back in LA, June Foray had an idea, but I thought it might be better if she and some of her friends told you about that idea. So let's see it.
I said to Nick Basusto, who is the son of Stephen Basusto, who owned UPA, he was president, and I said, Nick, I think it's a good idea. They have the Grammys, they have the Tonys, they have the Oscars. Why don't we have an animation, some kind of an award? It'll never work. I said, do you mind if I try? He said, go ahead. What have we got to lose?
The Annies have become like a symbol of how important our particular craft has become. It points to the things that we do that are new. It respects what we've done in the past, and it celebrates, which is the main thing. It celebrates the tremendous amount of creativity that has to happen in order to create almost any kind of frame-by-frame film.
So in November of I think it was 72, I called all the animators. I wrote a bulletin, and I said, how about an animation award? We'll call it the Animation Award. And my husband said, look, it's Grammy, Tony, call it the Annie. So my husband, Hobart Donovan, he was a screenwriter, so I called it the Annies. They didn't think anyone would show up, and you know what? 400 people showed up the first time.
I was asked to be a presenter at the Annie Awards. I thought that was big stuff, and it was, because I got to present the Windsor McKay Award to Don Bluth.
One of the great things about the times that we're living in is that you can see animation in almost every form of entertainment today. Whether it's features, live action, there's some part of it that uses animation. And this is a great chance for us to celebrate all the different areas that animation has been able to make changes in and evolve and play a huge role in the world of entertainment.
The choices we make helps to inform the choices that the Academy eventually makes. And that's become a big award. And the other thing that's maybe even more important than that is animation has, over the last decade or so, become even more important. We're no longer the crazy brother in the room, we're sitting at the grown-ups table.
I mean, you know, the great thing about the Annie Awards is that it's going to keep changing, it's going to keep evolving. Well, you know, there'll be categories added, there'll be, you know, things that change in procedure, and that's natural for competitive awards. It just means that it's a live and organic institution, and we want to remain relevant to the future. And I see that, you know, the Annie Awards are just going to keep going and keep growing. And as long as there's people that love to watch cartoons, and as long as there's people that enjoy the art of animation and enjoy celebrating the artists who create animation, I think that the Annies will always be there.
love that, and I love looking at you while you were looking at that, because you filled the auditorium. It's just great. Tonight we are celebrating a special anniversary. We're toasting why we are here and looking back, realizing how far we have come together. And we do this with thanks to everyone who has made this possible. First, of course, to June, then to the asifa-hollywood board, the Annie Awards team, the crew, the volunteers, the judges, the nominees. Everybody's here, and all those who are watching all over the world. So it's to you and them and everyone who loves animation. So, happy 40th to all of us, those of us who have gone before and those of us who have yet to arrive. For my part, I am looking forward to catching up with many of you tonight, and tomorrow we can start looking forward to next year. Enjoy the Annies.
And the nominees for editing and television broadcast production are...
I had to see you.
Grenoble, these way!
I think we should run.
And the Annie goes to... Oh, God. Here we go. Hugo Morrows, Adam Arnold, Davrick Wayden, and Otto Ferre. Kung Fu Panda.
I just want to say we have the best job in the world. We get to make cartoons for a living, and thank you to Asifa, my family, everybody at Kung Fu Panda for this. Thanks. Here you go.
I agree. I'd like to thank our awesome staff, our awesome animators, our great directors and showrunners. Thanks, Nickelodeon. Thanks, animation.
Thank you, Asifa. Wow, did not expect this at all. It's a huge honor, and I really appreciate it.
Now, the nominees for editing in a feature production are...
It's not here anymore.
Stop this!
Let the random Rasta race commence!
Okay. Hey.
You got friends.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Hey. And the Annie goes to Nicholas C. Smith, Robert Vermont Jones, David Souther, Brave.
This was a long one. Thanks, Asifa, for honoring editorial, for starters. This is amazing. Animation is a ton of work, and I just want to thank my directors, Mark Andrews, Brenda Chapman, Steve Purcell, amazing producers, Catherine Serafian, Mary Alice Drum, my crew. This was long, and we spent a lot of time together, and we had an amazing crew, and especially my two co-editors here, Robert Graham Jones and David Suter. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Asifa.
I'd just like to thank asifa-hollywood. It's a tremendous honor to be here. I'd like to thank my co-editors, the crew, the directors, and everybody have a good time tonight.
Congratulations to the other nominees. Thanks to everyone that worked on Brave, and thanks to my co-editors here. It's amazing.
Incidentally, since I didn't get to give a proper introduction at the beginning of the evening to our first presenters, Jim Cummings and Matt Groening, and they're both pretty, important guys, if you'll all meet me at the Starbucks in Westwood Village afterwards, I'll do it there. And we'll just sort of reenact the moment. It'll be really nice. This year, some of you may have noted in your calendar, is the 25th anniversary of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was a real milestone, creatively and artistically, and at the box office too. A lot of milestones in that film, and to present the best in character design, I'm going to introduce a friend of mine who made animation history in that movie when he played Donald Duck in the same scene that Mel Blanc played Daffy Duck. I'm talking about Tony Anselmo. Tony? What is your I mean, you actually got to work opposite the king of voice actors, Mel Blanc, in that scene, and there's footage of you guys working together, which is pretty amazing.
It was pretty exciting at the time because I was new at it, and you would know, but it might have been one of his last projects.
Mm-hmm.
But I worked together with him and Robert Zemeckis, and Mel came in a wheelchair with an oxygen mask, like. And I said, "It's nice to meet you. It's an honor to work with you." And he went, and I thought, how's this going to work? And Robert Zemeckis told us what he wanted us to do, and he said, action, and he threw that oxygen mask off and stood up and did Daffy, and I, whoa! And jumped in and did Donald, and then it was back to...
Well, that's show business, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's adrenaline kicking in. No, really, that's the magic of performers who can summon that energy when the moment comes. God bless them. That's great. So why don't we move on to tonight's order of business, which is character design. All right? So, organizational skills. Let's talk about organizational skills. It's just something that doesn't happen. It doesn't always happen at the moment you want it to. Isn't that right, Tony?
That's right,
Yes, I thought you would say that. So in order to present best character design, maybe we should just throw it to some sort of video package and take the onus off of ourselves.
Sounds good.
Oh, here we are. Oh, wait a minute.
There you go.
We're going to start with the nominees for best character design in television and broadcast production, and here they are.
Stoic, we're there for one man, the Dragon Conqueror.
You don't have to be brave, son. You can run away screaming.
Oh, I'm not scared. But you're about to be.
Let me see if he's available. Uncle Grandpa! Yeah, phone's for you. I'm busy. I'll take it.
And the Annie goes to Robert Valley, Disney Tron.
Well, this is quite an honor. I appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Charlie Bean for giving me an opportunity and for giving me employment. I really appreciate that. And, you know, for the folks at Disney, there's a bunch of you here, and, you know, it's just great to, you know, thanks for giving me the opportunity. So, and thanks to my wife for putting up with me, of course. So that's it. Thanks.
Tony? And the nominees for character design in a feature production are
That's tough competition. The Annie goes to Heidi Smith for Paranorman.
Wow, I'm super excited to receive this award. Working on Paranorman has been one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had. I would like to thank Travis Knight, my directors Chris Butler, Sam Fell, and my producer Ariane Suttner for letting me design really weird characters for their amazing movie. And I would also like to thank the rest of the Paranorman crew for contributing to making the characters happen. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the First Lady of Animation, June Foray.
I haven't grown any taller this past year. I'm still short.
I just want to say, before we get to the official business that June is going to help celebrate, I just want to say it's a privilege to share the stage with you. I'm one of the. June wrote a book. If you haven't read her autobiography, called "Did You Grow Up with Me Too?" Well, I did, and so did a lot of you. And you know, watching June or listening to June all through my childhood as Rocky and Rocky and his friends, and Natasha and Rocky and Bullwinkle, and his Granny, and with Tweety and Sylvester and Witch Hazel, all these wonderful characters you did, is something that just gave me enormous pleasure, and everyone else out there in television audiences around the world, and continues to. What I didn't know until I moved here to California, got more involved in this behind-the-scenes part of the industry, is what you've done for animation, as a medium and as a form of filmmaking that deserves honors right alongside all the others. Do you know, June was on the Board of Governors of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences for a number of years, and more than once, the powers that be wanted to take the awards for short subjects, live and animated, off of the annual broadcast. And who raised holy hell to stop them from doing it? This lady did.
4 times.
Mm-hmm. Repeatedly, she said, you just can't do that. You can't give them second-class status that way. And she fought and fought and fought and won over and over again. So if you had done nothing else but that, June, we'd all be grateful, but you've done so much more.
Thank you.
And now we get to jointly introduce an award in your name that's going to be given to a fellow that some of you know, many of you may know and have dealt with or worked with. He's one of the, I would call him an unsung hero of animation, except I don't know what a sung hero is. So it sounds like a bad sandwich. But I'm talking about a man who has done more for animation history, animation historians and researchers, for people who care about the history of the Walt Disney Studios, and the people who made all the films that are the foundation on which everything else seems to spring. And that's one of my dearest friends, Howard Green, and one of June's great friends, too. So, June, why don't you tell us a little about Howard?
Okay. Now, I started my career in animation in 1950 doing the snarling Lucifer the cat in Cinderella. So I knew the 9 old men too. But I don't think that Howard was even born then. So I didn't know him then. But over the years, I've gotten to know him so well. And I was going through some archival pictures of mine, and I found a picture of Chuck Jones, of me, and Dave Master, and there was a young man in the background, fairly invisible almost. It was Howard Green. And since I've gotten to know Howard, I think I sent him a copy of it. But anyway, they have written for me to read of all of his credits that I didn't even know about. Maybe you didn't either. I don't know. But anyway, here's what they say. Howard, Vice President Communications for Walt Disney Animation Studio, has been with Disney since 1976. He started his career in sales, eventually moving into publicity, where his true calling became apparent. Howard began writing promotional pieces, starting for reissues of Pinocchio and Sleeping Beauty. And he's continued right on up through Wreck-It Ralph, which has been nominated for an Oscar, by the way. Howard was also a key member of the publicity team for Pixar. He's written 2 books, Remembering Walt and the Tarzan Chronicles, and has coordinated many film events, including the first ever Disney Soviet Union Film Festival. But Howard says that some of his most proudest moments at the studio include the friendships he formed while working with such animation legends as Frank Thomas, Ollie Johnston, Mark Davis, and Ward Kimball. And tonight, we include Howard Green as one of those luminaries. His passion for our art form and respect for the uniquely talented filmmakers has made him an exceptionally knowledgeable and enthusiastic voice, speaking for all of us in animation. I'm so proud, as June Foray, to give the June Foray Award to Howard Green.
Howard Green, let's hear it.
Okay.
You got a stage manager.
Okay. Well, I'm a speechwriter, so I've got a speech here. Sorry about that.
Let's move this out.
Move the box.
Yes. There you go.
Applause, please. So thank you for that beautiful introduction. And Leonard, thank you for all the years of guidance, tutelage, and most importantly, friendship. Along with Alice and Jesse, we've had some grand adventures and been through thick and thin together. Here's to more thick and a lot less thin. Thanks also to the great Frank Gladstone and all the members of the asifa board who selected me to be tonight's recipient of the June Foray Award. And that includes my old pal, Charles Solomon. I first met Charles in 1978 when he was writing an article about a Pinocchio reissue for the long-extinct magazine Crawdaddy. We became fast friends and mutual admirers over the decades and have been through a couple new golden ages together and more French fries than we care to admit. And like the Sondheim song from Follies says, we're still here. Tonight's award has a very special meaning for me since it's named after the incredible and indefatigable June Foray, who continues to delight and inspire us with her amazing vocal talents and unbounded passion for animation. All I can say is, hokey smoke. Receiving this recognition from my colleagues and peers is the icing on the cake to my 36-plus years in the industry, and those of you who know me know that I do enjoy icing. Disney's legendary showman Irving Ledwig hired me fresh out of grad school, and I soon found myself on Mickey Avenue near the intersection of Dopey Drive. I've had some fantastic publicity bosses at Disney over the years, including Tom Wilhite, Barry Glasser, Gary Kalkin, and Heidi Trotta, who did much to help animation get the respect it deserved, elevate the art form, and teach me the fine art of hype and flackery. They say timing is everything in show business, and my arrival at Disney in 1976 gave me the opportunity to meet and become friends with so many of my lifelong heroes. I missed meeting Walt by a decade, but I came to intimately know such legendary animation pioneers as Frank and Ollie, Mark Davis, Ward Kimball, Willie Reitherman, Chuck Jones, and of course Joe Grant. Year after year, I would have bruises from the amount of times I kept pinching myself to make sure this was real. For me, riding on Ollie's and Ward's trains was the ultimate e-ticket. I learned so much from my conversations and interviews with these giants, and I was lucky enough to publicize them and serve as their liaison to the studio. And that goes for their wives too, including dear Alice Davis, who is here tonight and is a Disney legend in her own right. But the e-ticket didn't stop with getting to know these legendary pioneers, since I've also worked with such fantastic modern masters at Disney and Pixar as John Musker, Glenn Keane, Andreas Deja, Eric Goldberg, Ron Clements, Mike Gabriel, Pete Docter, Brad Bird, Andrew Stanton, and tonight's fellow honoree, Mark Henn. I'm also truly honored that my longtime friend, Richard Sherman, the Oscar-winning songwriter, is here with his wonderful wife, Elizabeth. To be part of Disney's newest golden age of animation under the leadership of John Lasseter, Ed Catmull, and Andrew Milstein is nothing short of fantastic. I've known John since his first tour of duty at Disney back in the early 80s, and I'm so grateful for his support and generosity throughout the years. Simply stated, he's the reason I'm still at the studio today. Almost finished. 3 years ago, John tapped me to start an oral history program, and working with Lela Smith, Mary Walsh, and the gang at the Animation Research Library has been a dream come true. It's impossible to overstate the contributions of the late, great Roy E. Disney and the impact he's had on all of us in this room. He championed animation during its darkest hours and was the primary force in moving it forward into the new era of innovation, acceptance, and popularity. Roy was an inspiration and a loyal friend, and he will always be in my heart. And speaking of heart, I'm so proud to be here tonight with my wife, Stainan, my one true love, and our wonderful family, Steve, James, and Sarah. My sisters Barb and Jan are also here tonight to help me celebrate this great milestone, and so are my incredible friends Dan and Ellie Wolf and their family. I love the art of animation, great storytelling, and the brilliant talents that make these films possible. Ray Bradbury, yet another of my childhood idols I came to call a friend, was fond of saying, "Love what you do and do what you love." I've been blessed to have done both. Thank you very much.
Now, before we let June go, we have a little surprise for you tonight. You didn't know about this. No. Here goes. It's called the Texas Avery Animation Award. There's a reason Tex was called Tex. He was from the Lone Star State, and this award honors the best and brightest in the animation industry. The award celebrates the legacy of that legendary animation director, Frederick Bean Tex Avery. It was first presented by Texas Real Effects in 2007 at the Dallas International Film Festival, and has been bestowed upon such animation figures as Brad Bird, Chris Wedge, Henry Selick, Pete Docter, Dean DeBlois, and Chris Saunders, and most recently Glenn Keane. And this year, for the first time in its history, the Texas Avery Animation Award will be presented somewhere outside of Texas, namely here. And it's honoring an individual who, we know this, has worked with some of the most influential figures in animation and brought life to some of the most beloved characters of all time. I mentioned before Rocky the Flying Squirrel and Natasha Fatale from the Rocky and Bullwinkle Show, Granny and Witch Hazel from Warner Brothers Looney Tunes, and so many, many others. I think it's fair to say that in her 60-plus year career, June's resume is the only one that could include both Walt Disney's Cinderella, right, and Matt Groening's The Simpsons. That's a pretty broad stretch. She also just won her first Emmy Award last year. So it's for good reason that she's called the First Lady of Animation and Queen of Cartoons. It's an honor to present the Texas Avery Animation Award to my friend, the one and only June Foray.
Now
Presenting this Lifetime Achievement Award to June Foray is Real FX Vice President Chuck Peel.
Hi, June.
This is
I'm going to hold this for you because I think it weighs as much as you do, and I don't want you to get hurt.
Quite a surprise.
Yes. I want to. For me, it's a huge honor because for us, this is a special award that's honored to people that have changed the industry. And so, on behalf of Real Effects, the Dallas International Film Festival, and of course, asifa,
oh my
Texas Avery,
goodness.
June Foray.
I thank you.
How about we try to put that right there? Awesome.
I never knew this would happen to me.
Yeah, we
darling.
faked you out.
Well, you know, I had never met Tex Avery at first, but because I came from radio, so I did a couple of recordings. I found out later they were for Tex Avery, and the first thing I did for him was Red Hot Riding Hood. I never realized that. And then I did Cars. I did several things with Tex. And I saw Tex in the hospital just before he died. So I am very grateful to asifa, to Frank, and everybody there. This is an amazing award. Thank you so much. What a complete surprise. Thank you all.
Oscar Grillo was born in Buenos Aires in 1943. He began his journey into the world of art at the age of 16 by attending the Pan American Art School. Soon after graduation, Oscar's career centered around the publication of his cartoons in satirical magazines, as well as illustrating books and paintings.
Oscar hit his creative stride when he began working in animation, and his influence rapidly broadened. Oscar's filmography includes the BAFTA-nominated Cannes Palme d'Or for Best Short Film, Seaside Women, in addition to being a development consultant on Men in Black and Monster House.
Oscar has been honored with a 30-year retrospective exhibition of his life's work in both Annecy and Buenos Aires. Let's look at some of his work over the years.
So you think you can run the Cheetos business, Mr.
Cheeto. Just a Cheeto.
Enthusiasm. I like that.
Oscar Grillo has filled every moment of his life searching out and creating art. His work reflects the curiosity, draftsmanship, and exploration of a master craftsman. Oscar tirelessly and selflessly continues to share himself and his work with all of us, and I, for one, am grateful. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Oscar Grillo and present to him the Windsor McKay Lifetime Achievement Award.
Good evening, everybody. I have to say three very important things. One, I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you very much for having me. You are wrong, but thank you for having me anyway. Secondly, I made loads of films, too many to remember. The one I remember I never, ever made was Monsters House. That's nothing to do with me, but there is a little mistake. I did do some drawings for Monsters, Inc., but not in Monsters House. And thirdly, I am so proud and so honored to be given this award. I'd like to say to you, welcome to my funeral, but in any case, thank you very much for something that reflects somehow the effort made over all these years. But I had to clarify one thing. I don't deserve it, and I think you made a big mistake. Whoever gave it to me is wrong. I, as a matter of fact, work with a lot of people, and I would say that I know at least 124 people that deserve it more than I do. But I will take the award. I'm very happy to have it, because basically what I am going to do is to put it in my mantelpiece, and I will look at that every night, sitting next to my wife, watching television, but now and then I look at the award, and I will remember 124 people who deserved it much more than I did. And I actually would be very happy to have them in my home. And I'm more than impressed and happy to meet here a relative, one of the greatest artists, possibly ever, but definitely in the 20th century, of the graphic art of cartoon, and the inventor of this medium that you and I seem to have enjoyed for years. And thank you very much to everybody.
Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
Yes.
That's impossible, Pinky. I have an IQ of 210. And you butter your feet in the corner of our cage at Acme Labs.
Don't knock it till you try it, baby. It's really quite exciting. And this is the Fanny Awards, is that what you...
Yes, that's right, the Fanny Awards.
I thought we're not supposed to associate with that type of filmmaking, Frank.
No, Pinky, our plan for world domination actually involves tonight's Annie Awards.
Oh, really? How
yes.
so?
Well, because of their unique configuration, their zoetrope-like spinning abilities, everyone in the audience who is carrying one actually has a subliminal message implanted in each one. The audience is already under my control.
Really? Do you know in this light you look like Nancy Cartwright? I'm just saying.
I'll take that as a compliment, Pinky.
Oh, it is, and she's quite wealthy, so...
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps she has enough money for my plan for world domination.
So what have you got on your mind yet?
Well, they're all under my control, and what I want to do to prove to you that they're under my control, this week, as you know, is voice actress Tara Strong's birthday.
Oh, it's a national holiday. Yeah!
Yes. And I, the brain, command you to say, Happy birthday, Tara. Yes. Do you feel used?
Bloody hell, that was great. All I can say is, Narf! And I really mean that.
That really is all you can say.
I know.
You know, we're lucky. Rob Paulson and I, you know, we're voice acting's got to be the greatest gig in all of show business,
Yeah.
certainly animation voice acting.
Right.
And we're very lucky, you know, we've gotten a little bit of the spotlight here tonight. Occasionally, we've been doing this long enough, they trot us out on a talk show here and there. But there is a lady here tonight who has been literally the voice of the Annies for 8 years.
8 years.
And she's such a beautiful gal, and we'd like for you to to come out and take a vow. Would you please say hello and thank you to Dina Sherman, the voice of the Annies. Dina, come out and take a bow.
Man, she is hot as
Isn't she
Georgia
wild?
asphalt, baby.
Yeah. Woo! I'm going to have her on my Simchas Torah special.
Yeah. What's so funny is the guys running the teleprompters going, what the hell are these guys doing? Who just read the thing.
All right, we are going to read the thing.
We are.
Because our next presenters are both from the popular online phenomenon of Harry Potter musical.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. From Glee, ladies and gentlemen, it's Darren Criss, and from the upcoming animated feature Kumba, Joey Richter.
And the nominees for music and television broadcast production are...
just make you so mad?
That's 'cause she's mean.
John Paisano, Dragons Riders of Berk, How to Pick Your Dragon.
You have to excuse my public speaking skills. I spend 90% of my time in a dark cave with animated characters. Thanks to everyone at DreamWorks and everybody who works on Dragon, directors, editors, showrunners, Doug Sloan and Art Brown. And there's a whole group of people that, work with me and that are kind of behind the scenes that spend endless hours every night as we try to churn this thing out on a weekly basis. So it's a ton of work. And thanks to my beautiful wife for kind of dealing with me never being around. And also, too, I can't accept this award without thanking John Powell for supplying endless amounts of inspiration. So, thank you.
And now, the nominees for Music in a Feature Production are...
So I'm bigger in my company, I'm bigger in my factory, I'm bigger in my corporate sign.
So good. Oh, man. And the Annie Award goes to...
All those are so good.
Henry Jackman, Skrillex, Adam Young, Matthew Thiessen, Jamie Houston, and Yasushi Akamoto for Wreck-It Ralph.
This is amazing. We get to work with some of the most amazing musicians in the world, and it's thanks to Tom McDougall and to Chris Montan, who brought us Henry Jackman, who was a true gift to this film. And they brought us Skrillex and AKB48 and Adam Young. They really had a vision for what this film could be, and on behalf of Rich Moore and myself and an entire crew, we thank Asifa for this amazing award.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right. And the nominees for animated effects in an animated production are...
This is really happening. I almost don't believe it.
All right, and the Annie goes to... Andy Hayes, Carl Hooper, and David Lipton for Rise of the Guardians.
Oh, this is really humbling. Thank you very much. Thank you, Asifa. Thank you on behalf of all the effects animators at DreamWorks who work so passionately, enthusiastically on this film. Thank you for Peter and Patrick for slapping us with the artistic gauntlet. For Nancy and Christina and all the other producers for the support on the film. For David and Yancy for kind of driving the effects, and Debbie. And I want to thank Gail and Sam and Catherine and Wendy and Michael, and go to bed because it's like 4 a.m. in England, so go to bed.
That's awesome. He said it all. So thanks. Yeah, just thanks to the effects artists. It was just great team, and thanks to all the families too for supporting us. Thank you.
Yeah, this was really all the effects artists coming together on a dream project. So we want to thank all of them for the incredible work, and they took things that we may have sort of helped build, but they really made them sing. So a big thank you to them, and thank you to my wife, and not just because Leonard told me to say that. So thank you.
So, you guys, I thought maybe you guys should do this one. Come on. I know I'm supposed to do it, but I think it would be fun.
No, we're good.
You?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure about that? And the nominees for... Bunch of kids, they have no idea. No. Ninja Turtles. I'll tell you about Ninja Turtles, baby. Animated effects in a live action production are...
And the Annie goes to, I have a couple of envelopes up here. Jerome Plateau, John Sigurdsson, Ryan Hopkins, Raul Essig, and Mark Chataway for the Avengers, Industrial Light and Magic.
Wow. Well, oh, thank you. This is quite an honor. I have to say that I never thought that I'd be up here on stage for something like this. But all I can really do is thank really the whole crew. It took such a dedicated group of people with such professionalism and talent to really put this whole thing together. And as you all know, it's really hard to do all this stuff. It was a really big, monstrous project, and as a whole group, we really pulled it off. And so I have to thank all of them. I wish they could all be here. I also have to thank my lovely wife, Tracy, and really all of the artist spouses, because, you know, we, as a group, you know, it takes a certain kind of unusual person to do this kind of work. Maybe a couple screws loose here and there. And it's really wonderful to have the spouses that really support us through all of this. So I thank all of them, and I thank all of you. And I don't know, anyone else want to say anything?
Just want to say thank you to all the artists that worked on the movie, and thanks to Island for being such a great company to work for, and thanks to my wife Gretchen and my daughters Inga and Noe for putting up with all the long hours. Thank you. Love you, girls.
Sean Astin, ladies and gentlemen.
Go get him,
Jason
Tiger.
Biggs.
Go get him, buddy.
All my turtle buddies.
Go get him, buddy.
Ninja. That's right.
We love
How
you,
about
even
that?
though you weren't nominated again.
Thank you, my brother.
We still love you.
These guys are just trying to take care of the old guy. Easy. Ow. Jesus. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez.
I was going to wear my red hat, and just at the last second, I was like, I don't know. Whew. Let me tell you, that would have been embarrassing. And I would like to thank, just before we get going, the teleprompter guy. Come on, everybody. Isn't he doing a great job? I'd like to thank him because I haven't read this. So I have actually no idea what I'm about to say, and I just hope he's on my side. Okay, so within a short period of time, Toons Boom Storyboard Pro and Harmony have helped revolutionize the way animation is created. With advanced drawing capabilities and elegant pipeline, quality animation has become more accessible for artists and studios around the globe. That, coupled with continued development, and perhaps most importantly, the advancement of animation as core educational skill from childhood on, contributed to our decisions to award this year's UB iWorks Technology Award to Toon Boom and the Toon Boom Pipeline. Dina Sherman, receiving the UB iWorks Award for Toon Boom Pipeline, is Joan Volgasang. You'd think I would be able to pronounce that name. Francisco Del Puerto, Marisa Labrador, Lily Volgasang, Robert Denkig, and Karina Basudo.
We'd just like to say how deeply honored we are to receive this award. We thank asifa-hollywood for choosing us for this award, and we thank all of the individuals, colleges, and most of all the international studios in 122 countries that actually use our technology, driven largely by the major studios in Hollywood, the Disney, Warner, Universal, Nickelodeon, more recently Bento Box, that have helped us really to develop the pipeline over the years to help animators bring their productions to market on time, at the best price, and the highest quality. So thank you all very, very much.
As voiceover actors, we are often given copy that we do not like to say.
Well, I like mine, but go ahead.
I consider this copy
Okay.
what I don't like to say. So let's just skip it. Let's skip it.
I would have done it, but yeah, let's go ahead.
I'm sorry,
Well,
Alan,
there
that's,
goes
that joke is not, that's not,
like that one.
that was about a cow's udder. We don't want any of that.
Actually, that was about me, but go ahead.
Yeah, I know, but that was the punchline.
By the way, these are animated.
Here we go.
3D. Should have brought my shawl out. We're live streaming, aren't we? I'm today's Jessica Rabbit. I'm just saying, I'm available. This can't be helped. We were supposed to do, what are we supposed to do?
This is yours, here.
Oh, this is mine. There's my name.
Yes.
Should I choose a voice to do this, or,
Yes, please.
Our categories, our category tonight is character animation.
In a live action production.
That was both. It said both.
Yes, and the nominees are.
So cool.
And
the Annie goes to, open envelope. Don't get a paper cut. Can you read?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Eric DeBoer, Matt Shumway, Brian Wells, Vinayak Parara, Michael Host.
We also did the nipples, by the way.
Eric DeBoer, ladies and gentlemen.
We're good at that stuff. Thank you, Asifa, for this great honor, and this really goes to all the amazing artists at Rhythm and Hue Studios. It's because of your talent that Richard Parker was such a believable predator on that boat out there with Pi. I'd like to thank Ang Lee and our fearless leader, Bill Westenhofer, and everybody at Fox Studios. Thank you.
Let's go straight to this. And the nominees for character animation in a television broadcast production
are...
Nothing loosens up the old pipes like some fruitcake.
That'll take forever.
After I killed your master, and you left me for dead on Naboo.
So every Christmas morning, I get a stocking full of coal!
The dragon must still be on the island. Find the Night Fury!
Oh no, I bet it's got another mouth.
Dad, who is that baby and what's he doing inside my mom?
To Oswald! To Oswald! Batted and batted and bat!
You're not going with... Get back here, all of you!
Brilliant.
Shall I open it?
Yes, please do.
I hope it's not jury duty.
And the winner is...
Dan Driscoll. Woo!
I don't believe it. Thank you so much. I'll definitely renew my membership this year. Thank you to everyone at Nickelodeon who thought SpongeBob could be turned into foam puppets and letting me play with them for months. I really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone at Screen Novelties who gave me the job. And thank you to my wife who has put up with me playing with dolls for years and years and years. Thank you so much. Thanks.
And the nominees for character animation in a feature production.
Mom?
I'll always be right
Oh, it's freezing.
I I tell you how come. Because now you are guardian.
I will not let you kill my mother.
Oh, Pa, we laugh in the face of danger, remember?
I don't. Travis Knight.
Wow, this is something. This was unexpected. I am not used to actually winning anything. I think the last award I won of any significance was a participation ribbon in Little League. This is quite a bit better. So thank you to Asifa and to my peers here tonight for choosing to honor me in this way. This is really a tremendous honor, and I'm deeply moved by it. You know, working on Paranorman was extraordinarily difficult, but for all of us. But it was also the most creatively rewarding experience of my professional life, and that came down to a handful of ingredients. We had two visionary directors in Sam Fell and Chris Butler. Sam had an expansive vision of what you can do in stop motion, and Chris Butler, whose strange and beautiful mind this entire thing sprang from, he was and continues to be an inspiration to me. These guys made me a better artist. To Ariane Suttner, my producing partner, she carried the entire weight of this production on her diminutive shoulders. She's like a Lilliputian atlas, and we all would have been completely lost without her. I need to send a special shout out to Focus Features, the bravest film studio there is. They saw promise in a weird little animation studio in Portland, Oregon when nobody else did, and I'm deeply grateful for that. To our incredible cast and our ridiculously talented crew of artists and dreamers, they poured their souls into this film for 3 years, and they gave us a piece of magic that I'm extraordinarily proud of. But above all, I owe a debt to my family. You know, doing films like this requires a sacrifice, and it takes us away from those things that we cherish most. And it is only through the love and the strength and support that we can actually do this thing that we love. So thank you to them. I couldn't do it without you. To my mother and father, to Donna, Ridley, Willow, and my little one on the way, I love you. And tonight with this beautiful golden cudgel in hand, I love all of you. Thank you so much.
And the nominees for production design in a television broadcast production is
Cruel fate knocked upon the door. Go! No! Bow! Go!
How does intentionally tripping help anyone escape?
Yeah! I'm Kung Fu Master Justin. Hi-ya!
And the Annie goes to Albert Mielgo, Tron Uprising The Stranger, Disney TV animation.
Jesus Christ, an award. That's incredible. Thank you. I hope that you all can understand what I'm going to say. We can put, maybe we're going to have some subtitles here at some point. Well, we from the beginning, we wanted to do something new here. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to do some serious shit here. I shouldn't swear here, I'm sorry. Swearing is good for me because it helps me to fill up some gaps. Yeah, so we wanted to do something different, and I know that we did it, and we did it because everybody in this project really cares, and everybody in this project, they were putting a lot of passion, and I think that this award is a reward for such an effort and such a passion for, I think that the detail. Thank you very much, guys, because we all work very hard. We've been putting a lot of passion, and we believe in our product. And I think that that's what professionals we do, and we don't give up in the middle of the production. We finish the thing. Thank you very much.
And the nominees for production design in a feature production are
Welcome to the 59th Annual
And the Annie goes to... Sorry for the wait, friends. Steve Pelkier from Brave Pixar Animation Studio.
Haven't won an award before, so this is a first for me. I want to say, first of all, congratulations to all my fellow nominees. I looked at your work, and it was all at once humbling and inspiring. It's beautiful work, you guys. I would also like to thank my wife, Donna, for all her love and enduring all those nights when I wasn't there with the kids. It was a long haul. I want to thank Brenda Chapman for your compassion and your artistry. And for bringing me on that show back in 2005. 19, yeah. Mark Andrews for your energy and fortitude. Steve Purcell, our co-director, for your unique creativity and your wonderful humor. I want to thank Catherine Serafian for her camaraderie in all things practical and artistic. And John Laster for your wisdom, creativity, and objective eye. And I would also like to thank our brilliant production crew for their collaboration in creating this lush film. And last but not least, I want to just thank my own art crew. It was one of the best I've ever had to work with and had the pleasure to work with. It was small, and we kept it that way a long time, and we brought this film under budget in the art department. Anyway, thank you, Asif. I really appreciate this award. Cheers.
Andrews. Terry is the mad mind behind the uniquely innovative animated sequences in Monty Python's TV shows and movies.
He brought this magical vision of reality to feature films including Time Bandits, Brazil, Baron Munchausen, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Not to mention 12 Monkeys and a bunch of other stuff. That's awesome. Fisher King, etc. But here's a look at some of Terry's animated work.
Good evening. I'm very honored to be able to accept this award on behalf of Terry Gilliam. I know he would be incredibly proud to have received it, but as most of you probably know, Terry died rather tragically during the filming of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Luckily for posterity, though, the terrible moment was captured on film.
As the horrendous black beast lunged forward, escape for Arthur and his knights seemed hopeless. When suddenly, the animator suffered a fatal heart attack. The cartoon peril was no more.
I was always interested in Gilliam's attempts at animation, and I have to admit my own films owe a certain debt to his particular talent. But he was never a great draftsman. He had to rely on cutting up other people's artwork and photographs, and he was incredibly lazy, incapable of animating graceful movement or articulate lips, or even a decent walk cycle. The simple truth is, Gilliam was a cheap little thief, stealing the artwork from truly great artists and using it for his crass, juvenile, disrespectful humor. Windsor McKay would be rolling over in his grave if he knew that nowadays we think that a man who can push around a few pieces of paper is a proper animator. And the truly sad state of affairs is that this year you've chosen to honor Gilliam and his artwork as an example of some sort of excellence. I don't know what to say. You've made your choice, and I, despite my revulsion, will have to graciously accept this wondrous award on behalf of the deceased. Thank you.
Because Terry Gilliam is dead and couldn't make it here tonight, we're going to accept this award on his behalf. Thank you, Asifa, on behalf of the Terry Gilliam posthumously. Thank you.
The nominees for Best Animated Special Production are...
Oh no, I bet it's got another mouth. Dad, who is that baby and what's he doing inside my mom? Now a good time to give you my present?
Honey, seriously, not the perfect time.
Alfred, get the Batwing ready. The Justice League is under attack.
By whom?
By me.
And the Annie goes to... My goodness. All right. Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, Illumination Entertainment.
I always was hoping there was animation in here, that it actually spins. That's pretty cool. You know, I love these characters, and it was such an honor. And I'm so thrilled that Chris Meledandri and Pierre let me, play with their characters. I'm out of breath and overwhelmed with emotion. It was also a really big, it was a Herculean effort. This was between, Florida and Real Effects and Ken Duncan and just, the animators really, they just went above and beyond, and I just, can't thank you enough. So, thank you.
We also want to thank the writers, Single Paul, Ken Dario, Brian Lynch for a fantastic script. Thank you, IMG, for all of your support, Illumination Entertainment. Go Team Dave, you did a great job. Thank you so much.
And the nominees for Best Animated Short Subject are...
Folks were staring at him because they were white folk only, and they were looking at him and said, who's this Negro?
Every day I stole bits and pieces from others.
And the Annie Award goes to Paperman, Walt Disney Animation Studios.
Thanks, everybody. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my wife, the wonderful Jenny Rim, for her support. And Asifa, of course, and John Lasseter, Ed Catmull, Andrew Milstein for creating the incredible environment without which this short wouldn't have happened. And Christina Reed, the producer, Patrick Osborne, our animation director, and Jeff Turley, the incredible art director who took all my chicken scratch drawings and turned them into something just amazing. And Brian Whited, who wrote the software that let us do this. And Hyunmin Lee and Sarah Aris, the incredible lead animators. And of course, Christoph Beck, the incredible composer who I think sweeps you away with his music. And that's it. Thanks very much.
From Robot Chicken and Family Guy, please welcome perennial Annie Awards favorite, Mr. Seth Green.
Thank you, Dina. Beautiful disembodied voice.
Oh, you're welcome to embody it anytime, Red.
Dina Sherman, everyone. I'd also like to thank our lovely trophy girls. Thank you, guys. You know, thinking about the Annies and this historic night, how long the Annies have been going. Oh, hi. It's Kristen Shaw, everybody. She's a nominee tonight for Gravity Falls. Hi, Kristen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you,
Yeah. Well, you said
you want something?
You
We
said
kinda
historic
interrupted.
night, and I had this whole bit that they wanted me to do about history, and it's the 40th anniversary of the Annie Award.
Yeah.
So I was doing some research, and I was interviewing June Foray about all the history. So
Yeah.
I got a lot of it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here. What?
That was
Oh,
great.
there's tons of history.
Do you want me to
Historical
talk
animation
history?
fact number one.
Uh-huh.
The Lion King was originally pitched as, what is it? Hello Kitty Goes to Africa.
I don't
They
think
didn't
that's true.
greenlight it because I guess they hate money,
I
right?
think that's, I don't think that's
Okay.
actually a fact.
Historical animation fact number two. Hank Azaria's vocal cords are insured for $2 billion.
It's a gross
So
exaggeration.
much
I think
money
it's
that
like
I'm going to rip them out
just a
myself
million.
just so he can get that cash.
I don't even think it's $1 billion.
Okay.
Maybe like $1 million or $2 million.
Historical fact number three. Did you know that Steamboat Willie is also a burlesque move that is outlawed in 3 countries? And I saw June do it backstage, and it is disgusting, and I cannot shake it out of my head.
I mean,
It is disgusting,
It's actually
but like
true.
in a good way.
It's actually-
like it's like
it's
the
true.
best kind of disgusting.
I got a short video of it.
Oh yeah.
See that
It's
shit?
really good.
I'm sorry.
It's on my head.
I'm gonna talk to the writers real quick.
Oh, I don't know
Be back in
why,
a second.
because they're doing a great job. Okay, speaking of writing, it's my job to tell you the nominees for writing in a television broadcast production, and here it goes.
Not a big fan of the kids?
They're a necessary step in the development of adults.
Boom! We're friends, and that's round trip from my chest pumper to yours. Dodo truth.
What happened? I feel awful. Oh, where are we?
An egg's an egg, right, ladies?
I'm Sonny Bono. Watch out for that tree.
I'm gonna try a Chupacabra mating call now. No crest! No crest!
Okay, and the winner is Trey Parker, South Park Chupacabra.
Unfortunately, Trey could not be here tonight, so I'm going to make this really fast. But I went to animation history class with him in college, and he's going to love having a zoetrope. That's really cool. So thank you for acknowledging him, Asifa. And he's written, I think, 250 episodes all himself of South Park. Every night on this, Wednesday nights, he totally entertains us. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Trey Parker!
All right, I gotta do another one, you guys. This is the nominees for writing in a feature production, and they are.
I heard that. Mom, tell the zombie to stop saying stuff about me.
Do you remember the little talk we had? Well, the one about whether pigs are actually a type of fruit.
Beautiful sister. Darling, not the new age.
What about that dog of yours?
She's not in the house and she's away from your tulips.
Might our young people decide for themselves who they will love?
I don't want to be the bad guy anymore.
Woo! Okay, and the winner is. Phil Johnston and Jennifer Lee for Wreck-It Ralph!
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have many people to thank. Who are they?
John Lasseter.
John Lasseter, Ed Catmull,
Andrew Milstein.
Andrew Milstein, Clark Spencer.
Clark Spencer.
Jim
Jim-
Reardon, who should be actually here because he's as responsible for this as we
Tim
are,
Mertens.
if
No,
not more.
yes. And
Maggie Malone.
Maggie Malone.
My wife.
Your wife.
Nothing to do with the movie, but she's
Yeah.
a good person.
Someone else. We're forgetting somebody. Maybe.
Rich Moore. Rich is the director of the movie. I've known him on this movie long enough for him to be sort of a common-law spouse to me. Abusive husband. It's been a long time. I didn't have any kids when I started this movie. Now I have 2 kids. My daughter's first movie, she sat in my lap, took her to the theater to this movie. So it was a great honor, and I'm just grateful to have had the opportunity.
And I'm grateful to this guy who asked that they bring me on, and for Rich and Clark for saying yes, and to my daughter especially because she moved her life from the East Coast to the West Coast so we could have this Disney adventure. So thank you.
It is a real joy for me to be able to present the Windsor McKay Award to my friend Mark Henn. Mark has recently traded in his pencil for a director's chair, heading up the award-winning film John Henry. And I look forward to seeing more great work from this extraordinary talent.
What do you think, Pooh?
I think this rock would be better over there.
Here?
Oh, yes. Well, that makes all the difference, you see. Bother.
Wow, I'm still pinching myself, and I think what a really neat night to see everybody dressed up like a dinner for Downton Abbey tonight. That's pretty good for our group of animation people here. Anyway, thank you to ASIFA and its members who have honored me with this award. I'm truly humbled to be included in this amazing company of Windsor McKay Award winners. I'd also like to extend my congratulations to Oster Grillo and Terry Gilliam, who I did have the pleasure of meeting a few years back when we were still on Flower Street. That's a few years ago. I want to thank God, who has blessed me with the gift of being an animator and has guided me along the journey. It started with an Indian Guide weekend camp, and there, while watching the movie The Reluctant Dragon, I, along with Robert Benchley, looked over Ward Kimball's shoulder as he completed a drawing of Goofy. Then he took that drawing and he placed it on a stack of drawings, and then while whistling a tune, picked up those drawings and started flipping it. Goofy came to life, and I was hooked. I want to thank my parents, who, though they may not have completely understood my dreams, loved and supported me all along the way, especially when they put me on a TWA flight, that kind of tells you how long ago this was, from Dayton, Ohio, and sent me to Los Angeles so I could attend Cal Arts. Thanks to Jack Hanna, Ken O'Connor, T. He, Elmer Plummer, Bob McRae, and Bill Moore. These were my amazing Cal Arts instructors, most who had worked at the studio. They opened my eyes to the world of Disney animation. Thank you to Eric Larson, who mentored me through my studio training period and continued being a valuable resource and guide until his retirement. He was my link to the past and the heritage that is the Walt Disney Animation. I thank him for teaching me the most important word that I know in this business, and that's sincerity. To Walt Stanchfield, who taught me how to draw. To Glenn Keane, my brother in Christ, who showed me how to be a Disney animator. Thanks to Bernie Mattinson, who saw something in a Mickey Mouse test that I animated and gave me my first job as an animator on a little film called Mickey's Christmas Carol. I'd like to thank the studio management that I've enjoyed working with over the years, people like Ed Hansen, Peter Schneider, Tom Schumacher, Jeffrey Katzenberg, Max Howard, and our current leaders, Ed Catmull, John Lasseter, and Andrew Milstein. Thank you for your support professionally as well as personally. To the producers and directors who have allowed me to partner with them in bringing their stories and characters to the screen, and to the amazing voice talent like Ming Na, who've lent their voice to the many characters that I've enjoyed animating. To the many wonderfully talented animators I've had the privilege of working with, and thank you for your friendships and sharing your talent, which has inspired me to be a better animator. I would like especially to thank a group of artists, my unsung heroes, that are the assistants and cleanup artists that have worked by my side throughout my career. You've saved my bacon on many occasions, and I couldn't have done this job without you. Also to the fans who I've talked with and have taken time to write to me over the years and express how much the films that we've made have meant to them and their families. Your kind words and thoughts are always a great encouragement to me. Lastly, I'd like to thank my family who's here tonight, my lovely wife Debbie, my daughter Jennifer, and my son Greg down here in the front row. And I'll just conclude with this thought. As a boy, I dreamed of growing up and being a Disney animator, but I never dreamed I'd be standing here tonight being honored in this fashion. So again, I just want to say thank you very much.
Hello. Wow, Seth, I gotta say, this is pretty exciting they let us do this together because it's in the spirit of the Annies. You know, we're friends, but we're also up against each other in the same exact category.
It's true, and everybody always wants to paint this as some kind of competition where there's anger, and animosity, or like bitterness.
And look, I've always been part of the Robot Chicken family, and just because I left and created Mad, which is hugely successful.
Sorry.
It's all right. I know you had to get that out. But look, you do what you need to do. For me, it's not about who wins or loses. It's about the fact that you and I both get to share all of this.
Share all this together. Beautiful. It's nice to be able to share with friends.
It is. It is. So, and the nominees for voice acting in a television broadcast production are...
Yes! Look at me, world!
Okay, stop looking now.
So it's dangerous and unpredictable. Kind of like me on the dance floor.
Honey, you still got it.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
We're about to discover the ninja's secret identity. I can't wait to tell Mother.
My name is Mabel, but you can call me the girl of your dreams.
But I'll be a lot better when I track down the creeps that took my dad.
Your rage has unbalanced you. That is not the Jedi way, is it?
Oh, we'll get to the truth, all right. Our way. Kowalski.
And the Annie goes to...
You can read it.
Get it.
We're that kind of friends.
Almost got it, guys. Kristen Shaw.
We know she's here.
She came. She went all the way back.
Jeez, thanks. I'm really surprised. It spins, and I've been like wanting it. Thank you. First of all, it's an honor. It's an honor to be in this category. Thank you, and thank you to Alex Hirsch for creating Gravity Falls. And Mabel, this is one of the few characters I get to play that doesn't have a creepy bone in her body. She's just like lovable and delightful and goofy, and I'm so happy that she's finding an audience. And thank you to the animators and all the writers, because Mabel is a collaboration. I do the voice, but you guys do the looks and the nonverbals and the movements, and you make her special. And also, thank you to my husband, Rich Blomquist, who gets to, nay, has to, listen to this voice every day. Thanks for letting me be part of your world! Woo!
And the nominees for voice acting in a feature production are...
Not the smoothest Frankenstein, but you'd make a great vampire.
Pink.
Salmon. Salmon, that's obviously salmon. What are you doing here?
So show me how, or I'll tell everyone. It means something big is gonna happen.
Oh dear! Poor defenseless me.
Marabouts could rule the roost. Feel your fear. Come on. Come on, that's right.
This is all my fault. I did this to you.
And the Annie goes to...
You did that so much easier.
Car wash coupons. Alan Tudyk as King Candy.
Well, I certainly didn't expect to win that. Wow, I'm as excited as Kristen Schaal was. I'm just not doing it. Thank you so very much for this award. This means a lot to me. I love this movie very, 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 very much. I thank you to Rich Moore and to Clark Spencer, and special thanks to Brittany Balbo, who was my agent, who someone else was supposed to do this role for the read-through at Pixar, and they fell out. They couldn't do it. And she hassled them and like good cop, bad cop them at the same time and convinced them to let me come up and do the first read-through of this movie for John Lasseter, who, thank you very much, John Lasseter as well. And I got the job after that. And look at this, and it's such a great movie. And thank you all very, very, very much. Cheers.
And the nominees for Best Animated Television Production for Preschool are...
Look at my tooth. At little. Blah, 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 blah. What's happening?
Neverland is my home, Hook, and my friends will always be welcome here.
Your heartbeat sounds good. You have a very brave heart.
You want a meatball? I got them all. Marcello's tasty meatballs.
And the Annie goes to... Bubble Guppies, A Tooth on the Loop.
Thank you so much, Asifa. This is, wow, it's really scary up here. Thank you. This is a real honor. The other shows are fantastic. An honor to be nominated with them. Thanks to Nick Jr. Thanks to Terry Weiss, Sarah, Sandy. Yeah. Allie, Ellen, Mark Salisbury, our director. To Mike Rubin, John Angier, our composers. Tilly. Who else is
Justina.
And we get everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Fantastic.
And the nominees for Best Animated Television Production for Children are...
Hello! Hello? Who the heck are you? I'm gonna smash your face.
Time is money. File these hours. These
Owie, 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 owie! Because Santa has his jolly little eyes on me.
This is what farmers wear, Timmy. I'm in my Daisy Dude shorts.
And the Annie goes to... Dragons, Riders of Birth. How to Pick Your Dragon.
So we were given explicit instructions not to drop the F-bomb tonight.
Which pretty much took out our whole effort speech.
So we're just going to say thank you to the people who created the feature film. Without them, there would be no series.
Dean, Chris, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Thank you to DreamWorks, obviously. Bill, Ann, Jeffrey, Greg Taylor, Peter Gao. You guys rock. Love you guys.
If you've never worked at DreamWorks, I highly recommend it. And the Dragons TV crew, all the directors, writers, animators, editors.
The actors, all our voice actors.
All of them. And the Cartoon Network guys, Stu, Tram, Greg, and Rob. Love you guys all. It was.
And you know what? You don't always, I just want to say one quick thing. You don't always get to go to work with your best friend, and it's freaking awesome when you do. So thank you, man. I love you.
Wow. And to my wife, Mindy, I love you, baby.
And the nominees for Best General Audience Television Production are...
Archer! Hang on. Yes, Archer, duh.
Can I look yet?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
My hands smell like onions.
Things I do for that kid.
I don't think this will. Oh, bother.
What's going on here?
It was just a few years ago. I must go deeper!
And the Annie goes too.
Do. Okay. Robot chicken!
What?
No, this is the winning part. You
Did we actually win?
We won something.
Are you serious?
How?
Well, I was backstage taking pictures with Alan Tudyk and Kristen Shaw. Eric Towner.
Seth Green.
Kevin Shinnick.
What are you doing?
Let me just say.
I wrote on the show. Thank you.
You don't remember? You played Ted Knight for us. Wait,
co-producer.
Hang on.
Did the voices.
I'm gonna wrangle this together. It is such a privilege to continue to be invited here and be part of celebrating animation. We love making things. We love cartoons. We love being silly. We love imagination. And the fact that we actually get to make a show is incredible. And then being rewarded for it, especially by all of you, is really a dream come true. So I will say thank you very much for continuing to invite us. Thank you for continuing to be creative. Let's just make awesome stuff. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you to the crew, wherever you're at. I know you're up in the balcony. Thank you, guys.
And now the nominees for directing a television broadcast production are...
Oh, come on, Hook. A nap sounds nice. Nighty-night.
He sees everything I do with his left eye on me and his right eye on you.
And the winner is John Eng from Dragons, Riders of Berk, Animal House, DreamWorks Animation.
Yeah, very nervous about this. I never win anything, nothing ever in my life, so I'm very nervous. Want to thank a few people at DreamWorks, Ann Daly, Greg Taylor, Ian, Peter Gal, Sandy, and of course, Tony Bell, who believed in me and gave me this awesome opportunity. Want to thank my wife, Adrian, and all of you who voted for me. Thank you very much.
And the nominees for directing a feature production are...
Je suis bien coupable. T'es bien coupable, mais c'est une blague. Je suis qu'un chat, tu peux te relever.
What I'm saying is, you can't be a racer.
And this time, the Annie Award goes to Rich Moore, Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm so nervous because I gave my speech to the teleprompter guy.
You are so screwed.
So here I go. It is such a horror to be included with Video 32. Let's hear it for the Annies, everyone. The Annies. My first Annies was in 1988, and I was working on the New Adventures of Mighty Mouse. And I came to the Annies with my friend Jim Reardon, and we were in charge of getting Ralph Bakshi there for a honorary award that he was going to get. We had to make sure he got there with pants on. So I really love the Annies. I've been coming ever since, and I mention Ralph not because he's an easy laugh, but also because he was the first one to give me a shot in directing, and I owe him a great deal of thanks. I would also like to thank asifa-hollywood for this honor, and I would like to thank John Lasseter, who gave me this terrific opportunity to come to Disney Animation and make this film. I would like to thank Andrew Milstein and Ed Catmull, who's created a studio that it fosters creativity and collaboration above all else, and it's a wonderful family to be a part of. So thank you, Andrew. And I want to thank Phil, Jen, and Jim Reardon for creating this wonderful story that inspired the 450 artists at our studio who poured their heart and soul into this movie. And their passion for this medium is apparent in every frame of Wreck-It Ralph. I'd like to thank our fantastic cast, John, Sarah, Jane, Jack, and Alan. And lastly, I'd really like to thank my friend Clark Spencer, who was in charge of producing this movie. Actually, you know, before I talk about Clark, I want to talk about Mike Gabriel, who's here tonight. Thank you, Mike Gabriel, for art directing this fantastic film. But back to Clark. Clark was just the vision of peace on this film, you know, with all these crazy, I mean, folks, really, we're circus people. We know that. We all are. And Clark really, he kept this film, it was a big film. It was a big movie, and Clark really kept it on the tracks from day one, and I thank him for that. So thank you very much. I'm really honored. Thank you.
Well, we're all here because they asked us to all come out together. And
it's a foursome you didn't expect, but it is happening.
Yes. And we're very good at following instructions. So we're here because it's time for the best. Maurice, true.
Maurice, we're still on the microphone.
With films like Frankenweenie, it says here, to Rise of the Guardians, to Hotel Transylvania, animation this year has pretty well covered it all.
It's true, from dead things to imaginary things to imaginary dead things.
And Scotland. Yes, sirree. And the nominees for Best Animated Feature are...
That scatty witch gave me a gammy spell.
Human free since 1898. Your safest destination. Take an itinerary.
I'll make you suffer!
Look and learn.
Top shelf. Top shelf.
And the Annie for Best Animated Feature goes to... the one I'm in. Wreck-It Ralph!
Thank you. You know, 450 incredibly talented, unbelievably passionate, and phenomenally dedicated artists seriously gave their lives to create every frame of this movie. And I think it's a testament to the amazing things that are happening right now at Walt Disney Animation, and that's because of John Lasseter, who 7 years ago agreed to come in and head this studio. And when he joined, he told us to believe in ourselves. And Ed Catmull every day reminds us that to be great, you have to know that you are great. And Andrew Milstein has done so much to protect and to nurture this studio. And it's because of them we're believing in ourselves again. And for Rich and myself, this has been an amazing project to get to work on at this moment at the Walt Disney Animation Studios with an incredible crew of the most talented artists in the world, 2 phenomenal writers, and an amazing cast. And I have to say, if you're ever so lucky, you should work with Rich Moore. He is truly one of the most talented directors in the animation business today, and I feel blessed to have had this opportunity.
Well, I told you about my first Annie's, so now I'd like to just say that this movie is something. It's been an amazing journey for me because my first movie that I saw as a kid was a Disney film. It was The Jungle Book, and in that moment of seeing that film, I really, like Marken said earlier, I was hooked, and I wanted to be a part of the world of animation, in whatever that meant to a 5-year-old at that time, and to be here tonight accepting this award for a film that is my contribution to that legacy of great films, Disney animated films, the ones that inspired me, it's deeply moving and humbling beyond words. So I thank you very much.
So I just want to say, if you'll all come back tomorrow night, we'll give the other half of the awards. And we'll try to wrap it up a little quicker. What do you think?
I think there's still 60 or 70 technical awards to give away.
Yeah. No, actually, that's it, isn't it?
That is it. That's it, guys.
Much it, yep.
Yeah.
It happened. It's over. One thing left?
Nothing left, except to say good night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting animation, for being part of animation. And do good work so we can come back and give you more awards next year.
That's right. Thanks for the gigs. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us this evening for the 40th anniversary of the Annie Awards. And tonight, we celebrate each and every one of you for the outstanding contribution you bring to the art of animation. Thank you, and good night.